In this video, I'm going to be sharing the easiest amigurumi patterns for beginners. Hi, I'm Nicole Chase and welcome to my channel. I design fun and colorful amigurumi crochet patterns that are great for any skill level. In this video, I'm going to be sharing the easiest amigurumi patterns for beginners. Whether you're new to the craft, have never touched a hook before, or are just looking for something simple for your next project, I've got something for you. All of these patterns that I'm sharing today are available for free on my blog, www.thenicolechase.com. If you don't yet know how to crochet and you want to learn, you can sign up for my free course called Amigurumi for Beginners, which I'll link in the description below. All of these patterns are free on my blog, but if you prefer the ad-free PDF pattern, those are available on my Etsy and Ravelry shops. Let's get started. I'm going to start off this list with the absolute easiest patterns that are best for brand new beginners who've maybe never crocheted anything before. These first projects are all part of my Amigurumi for Beginners course. So they were designed specifically for beginners, and they also include full video tutorials that walk you through step by step at a beginner's pace. The first easy pattern that I have is this small crayon. This pattern is very basic. It is of course done in single crochet, and you start here at the tip, you learn increasing, and then you do some repeating rounds with color changes, and then you do some decreasing. So this is a great project for learning the basics. And then of course you can make a full set of crayons. The next project that I have to share with you is this cute amigurumi strawberry. This is a really good pattern for beginners to learn a few new skills. So with this pattern, of course, you'll be doing the basic strawberry. You'll learn some new techniques with the stem, and then you'll learn some sewing by attaching the stem to the top of the strawberry. You'll learn safety eye placement and embroidering with the smile, the eyebrows, and the seeds. So this is a great project for learning a lot of the basics that you'll need for more complex amigurumi projects. And of course, the video tutorial will walk you through all of that, as well as the written pattern with photo tutorials. The next pattern in my Amigurumi for Beginners course is this mini whale. And this also teaches you some new techniques with a bit more complex sewing by sewing on the tail. You'll learn crocheting two pieces together with the joining of these two tail fins. You'll learn some no-sew techniques with these side fins, and we of course have more embroidery and safety eyes as well. This is a pattern that I really enjoy and make it quite often. I use it when I want to experiment with new yarns, and of course it also has a full video tutorial as well as the written pattern and photo tutorials. Again, all three of those patterns are part of my Amigurumi for Beginners course. Now these next patterns are just some very simple, easy amigurumi patterns that are really good to start out with. First, I have this tiny ghost pattern. And this ghost is really great for trying out plush yarns if you've never used those before. The shaping is very simple, so you don't have to worry too much about losing your stitch count. This pattern also includes a full video tutorial, and I have some other examples here. I've made it in a variety of different plush yarns. So that is my tiny ghost pattern. These next two patterns that I have are Carter the Crayon and Penny the Pencil. Of course, they are very basic shaping, no sewing required, and they are great for practicing color changes. I recommend a seamless color change method, which I'll link in the description below, but it's really great for projects like this with lots of color changes. These two don't include video tutorials, but they are a very basic pattern with detailed instructions along with photo tutorials. This next pattern that I have to share with you is this amigurumi pineapple. Again, very basic shaping in a very simple project. This one also is just a written pattern with photo tutorials. While all of my amigurumi patterns are beginner friendly, when you're first starting out, you might feel more comfortable following along with a video tutorial, or even just having a video available in case you're unsure of anything. These next patterns that I'm going to mention all have full video tutorials to go along with the written pattern with photo tutorials. The first pattern is Daphne the Duck, and the video tutorial does walk through the mallard color changes, but of course you can just do it all in one solid color if you like. And this pattern works up really well in plush yarns. You can see my plush mallard back here in the background. This pattern is one of my favorites, and it's also one of my most popular designs. The next video tutorial that I have is for my zombie bear pattern. Now in the video, I am just making the bear in one solid color, but the original zombie bear pattern includes some stitches or a Frankenstein version. This pattern is really versatile. I actually just made a Winnie the Pooh version using the Frankenstein color changes to make the shirt, and of course just eliminating any stitches and bolts. And I get asked a lot about how to do embroidery, and the video tutorial for this bear also includes both the embroidery for the nose as well as the outlines around the safety eyes. This pattern is also minimal sewing. So the bear is worked from the feet up to the head, all as one piece with the legs, body, and head. And the arms are crocheted in place, so you don't have to sew those on. So the only sewing for this pattern is for the snout and the ears. The next video tutorial that I have is for Fergus the frog. This pattern is completely no sew. The legs and arms are crocheted in place, and the head and body are worked as one piece. And of course, the video walks you through the embroidery on Fergus as well. The next video tutorial that I have is for Sheldon the shark. This is a really great quick project and is about the same size as my mini whale pattern. This pattern will also introduce you to starting a project without a magic ring. So this one starts with a chain to give kind of an oval shape to the shark. The next pattern that I have is Mini Tanner the Triceratops. Of course, this is the smaller version of my very popular Tanner the Triceratops pattern. And the video walks you through making the entire dinosaur, every piece, including that frill that I know can be a bit tricky. And a lot of comments that I get are that the videos are very helpful to watch assembly, which of course you will see that entire process in the video as well. Sticking with dinosaurs, I also have a full video tutorial for Mini Toby the Tarbosaurus. And again, the video walks you through making all of the pieces and along with the assembly as well. These two video tutorials are my most popular on YouTube, and I do hope to be adding more of my mini dinosaurs soon. The next pattern that I have is Julie the jellyfish. This one is also a pretty popular one. And of course, the video will walk you through making all of these cute curls, which is a good skill to have, especially if you want to make something like a unicorn or a horse in the future. The next pattern that I have is for Chandler the chicken. And of course, the video tutorial walks you through making all of the pieces and assembling as well. And this pattern is super versatile. I actually have a full post on modification ideas to turn Chandler into various birds. The next video tutorial that I have is for Landon the lion. This is one of my personal favorite patterns. And of course, through the video tutorial, you will make all of the pieces and assemble, as well as learning how to make this mane. Next up is Jerry the gingerbread, which is a great project for the winter season. And this pattern is also minimal sewing with the legs, body, and head worked as one piece and the arms crocheted in place. So the only sewing required is for the accessories of the bow and the buttons. And then I have this version as well with the bow on top of the head. So that's Jerry the gingerbread. And finally, my most recent video tutorial is for Miles the monkey. So those are all of the video tutorials that I have at this point, but of course I am always adding more when I can. A lot of people find sewing to be the most difficult part of amigurumi. So with that in mind, the next few patterns that I'm going to share are either no sew or low sew patterns. This first pattern is completely no sew. This is my Snuggle Bunny pattern, and it includes two different ear options. So this first one is really great for super bulky plush yarns, and this second ear option is great for thinner yarns or those that have a bit more stitch definition. This pattern is entirely no sew. So you make the ears, the arms, and the tail, and then you set those aside. And then the legs, body, and head are worked as one piece with the tail, arms, and ears all crocheted in directly as you work. This next pattern is also completely no sew. This is Nala the no sew turtle. And my favorite part about this pattern is that the shell is completely removable. So you can make multiple shells for one turtle. So here is the turtle body without the shell. Again, entirely no sew. You first crochet the head, legs, and tail, and then when you're making the body, you crochet those pieces in as you work. and then the shell piece is also worked as one piece. I also have a second shell option for Nala that is just a plain shell, so if you don't want to have the flower, that option is available as well. So that's Nala the no-sew turtle. Fergus the frog is one that we've already talked about earlier, but again, this one is completely no-sew, with the head and body worked as one piece and the legs and arms crocheted in place as you work. And the final completely no-sew pattern that I have to share with you is Cory the candy corn. So this pattern is worked from the bottom up, and the legs and arms are crocheted in place as you work. And the other no-sew patterns that were mentioned earlier are Penny the pencil, Carter the crayon, the small pencil, and the tiny ghost. So these are all no-sew patterns as well. So those are all of my completely no-sew patterns. The next ones that I have to show you are minimal sewing. So that means that most of it is made with no-sew techniques, but there might be a piece or two that need to be sewn on. So the first one that I have is Jerry the gingerbread that we talked about earlier. And again, it is worked as one piece with the legs, body, and head, and the arms are crocheted in place as you work. So the only sewing required is for the accessories. The next low sew project that I have is Byron Bear, and this pattern is also worked from the legs to the head. The legs, body, and head are worked as one piece, with the arms crocheted in place as you work. So the only sewing required for this one is for the snout and the ears. This next pattern is worked in a similar way. This is Charlie the chunky bear. And just like Byron, it is worked from the legs up to the head, with the legs, body, and head as one piece, the arms crocheted in place, and the only sewing required is for the snout and the ears. I also have this rainbow bear pattern, which is just a rainbow version of Charlie the chunky bear, so it is worked in the same way. And if you haven't been able to tell yet, I do like teddy bears, so this is Binky the bear. It is also minimal sewing. The legs, arms, and tail are crocheted in place, and the body and head are worked as one piece. So the only sewing required is for the snout and the ears. I also have a tiger pattern that is similar to the shaping of Binky the bear called Tatum the tiger that is also minimal sewing and worked in the same fashion. The next pattern is Cobweb the cat, and the body of the cat is minimal sewing. So the legs, arms, and tail are crocheted in place as you work the body and head as one piece. But of course, if you want to add those Halloween details of the witch's hat and broom, that will require sewing. And finally, my last minimal sewing project is the zombie bear, which I showed you earlier as well. So those are all of my no-sew or low-sew patterns. And of course, I am always adding to those as well. After you've gained some confidence with your amigurumi skills, you open the door to so many possibilities. All of my amigurumi patterns are beginner friendly, and I encourage you to take a look through my pattern library to find your next project. These next patterns that I'm going to show you are just a few of my amigurumi favorites, and they are of course beginner friendly. This is Tanner the Triceratops and is my most popular design, and I've been told so many times that so many people have learned to crochet because they wanted to make Tanner, and some have even made Tanner as their very first project. So don't be intimidated by larger projects like this. If you just take it one piece at a time, you can make whatever project you like. This next design is Poppy the unicorn, again one of my most popular patterns. And Poppy also has a mini version as well if you're looking for something that's a little smaller. As I'm collecting these projects to show you, I'm realizing that I have entirely too many favorites, so I will narrow it down to just 3 more. This is Gerald the giraffe. And then we have Zoe the zebra. And finally, Memphis the moo cow. So those are just a few of my personal favorite designs that you might want to try out next. And that finishes off my list of easiest amigurumi patterns for beginners. Again, you can find all of the patterns that were mentioned here today on my blog, www.thenicolechase.com. If you have any patterns that you would like to see from me, leave me a comment below with your ideas. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.